Stitch Sprouts is proud to present Technique Tuesday, your weekly source of knitting and crochet tips and tricks. Today I'll show you how to make a garter tab. I'm also going to show you 2 ways to pick up the stitches on the sides. First, we're going to start with 3 stitches. Your pattern will tell you how many stitches to cast on. Usually this is 3 or 4. I'm using a long tail cast on, but you might be instructed to use a provisional cast on, which I will discuss later. Now I'm going to knit 7 rows. Again, this will depend on your pattern, but 6 or 7 is typical. Okay, now we have 7 rows. You can see we have 3 garter ridges. Now I'm going to turn my work 90 degrees clockwise. You can clearly see the garter ridges poking up here along the side. I'm going to pick up and knit 1 stitch in each of these ridges. Again, after knitting, turn your work 90 degrees clockwise to get to the side where we pick up and knit the 3 stitches. Notice how I'm going to keep my right thumb on the 3 stitches I've already knit. This will help them stay on the needle as I pick up and knit my first stitch. Now insert your right needle into the first ridge. Wrap the yarn as if to knit, and draw the yarn through the ridge as if it's a stitch. Now repeat that 2 more times in each remaining ridge. Secure the stitches with your thumb. Insert your needle into the next ridge. Wrap as if to knit. Draw the yarn back through the ridge. Secure, insert, wrap, draw through. Now we have 6 stitches on the needle, 3 from our original knitting and 3 that we just picked up and knit from our ridges. Now we are going to turn our knitting 90 degrees clockwise again. Now we are looking at our cast on edge. If we had done a provisional cast on, as some patterns have you do, you would now unzip this and pop those stitches onto your needle. This can be tricky and cumbersome, especially at this 90-degree angle. Stitches get lost and it's a bit nerve-wracking. That's why I don't recommend this method. I always suggest just doing a long tail cast on and picking up and knitting those stitches as for the ridge side. Again, secure your existing stitches, insert your needle, wrap and draw a stitch through. Repeat this twice more along this edge. Now you have 9 stitches, 3 from the original knitting, 3 from the ridge side, and 3 from the cast on row. That's our garter tab. So if you're working a shawl, what would happen is the first 3 and the last 3 stitches would be your edges and they would go off to the sides. Your center 3 stitches would end up being your shawl body. Each of these edges would go off to the sides and be your top, and then the center would become your body. Okay, so what if you hate picking up and knitting stitches? Let me show you an easier way. It's still technically picking up and knitting, but you might find it a bit easier. Let me back out. Okay, back to our original 7 rows. This time, grab your left needle. Again, turn your work 90 degrees so that those ridges are up. This time, using your left needle, pick up a stitch in each ridge. The stitches are now mounted on your left needle ready to be knit. So simply knit them. We've separated the pick-up step from the knit step, making it a little easier. Now we have our 3 stitches again from our original knitting and 3 from our ridges as before. Turn the work 90 degrees so the cast-on side is up. Again, using the left needle, pick up 3 stitches. This last one is a little tight. Knit those stitches. Now we have 9 stitches again. 3 from the original, 3 from the ridges, and 3 from the cast-on. And that's our garter tab.
Thank you for joining us for this Technique Tuesday. If you have any questions about this video or if you want to suggest other techniques for us to demo, leave a comment in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to stay up to date with everything Stitch Sprouts.